Yo everybody, hope you're good, and we're back with another tutorial, another quick one. Now this one kind of follows on and integrates with the last tutorial I did where we were writing melodies to vocals. Now this one is, we've got a vocal, we've got the chords, and we're writing a melody to the track, but we're using a very simple rhythm. Now when I'm always writing a melody, a big uplifting melody, the first thing it starts with is the rhythm. The rhythm of the melody is super key. So we'll jump straight into it with just the vocal, the chords which we've got, which are very simple, and a basic rhythm. And I'll show you how we make an epic melody from such a simple rhythm. So here we go. First of all, we've got the vocal. Again, we're just working with the chorus, because if it works with the chorus, it's going to work with everything else. So this is the vocal. So we've got the vocal. Now let's add the chords in. Now, I'd say 90% of tracks, literally 90%, always use the same chords. It's always these four chords just jumbled around, like C, G, A, F, or F, C, G, A. It's always a combination of them. So all I've done is, we can even take these bits out, to keep it more simple. So it's just down, 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 down. Let's give it one more time with those bits out. Okay, so we've got that. Now, main melody. So again, I'm using always the same. I'm always using the same sound to write melodies, and then I'll figure out the sound later. Find a sound which is good for you, and again, I'm giving this free sound away on the Academy. Find one that works straight away is like your primer. Like, think of it like painting colours. Like, if you can find your primers first, then add the additional colours after. So this is the rhythm, what I've got. Let's get rid of all this. Here we go. So this is the rhythm. Like do 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 do. That's all I've got. Nothing special, but we've got a rhythm. And again, if you want to grab some free MIDI packs or grab MIDI packs for rhythms and melodies, they're on the Academy. So what we want to do now is we're going to create a melody from this. Now, first things first, we want to see if it matches with the vocal. So we've got bre do 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 do. We can follow that, or as long as we've got the rhythm and we don't deviate too much from it, it's always going to work. And this is part one. Part two, which I'm going to do shortly after, is to make the rhythm better and more cool. Now when you're writing it, don't do too many delays and reverbs and all that kind of stuff. You're just masking the sound. Keep it quite basic. So here we go. So we've got, so it goes do, do, or bre. It goes up or down. So let's go. Now we're matching these with the chords. Remember, we've got C, and the reason why I've chose C here is because if we look at the chords, we've got C here, so we could choose any of these, but this one just felt right. Now we can do anything here, it doesn't really make a difference. When we get to this point here, we can choose one of these notes. Now I've chosen this one because it matches with her vocal. So there, we're carrying on. We haven't changed anything, but it just works, you know, so we're just going to leave it. Now she changes vocal there, she goes down a little bit. So what chord can we use here? We're still in G, so we can use any of these, but also if we make this chord fatter, we can use any of these. So just go down there. Now we're going up there. So what have we got? We can use any of these, or we can move up to it. So let's have a look what we've got. Let's take all these up. Now if it gets a bit boring by staying the same, like this one is going a little bit boring because we're staying the same, we can just jump down to one of the other notes in the chord. So let's have a look here. We can jump back up again. So this is what we've got so far. This bit is the same as before, like we've just mentioned. It's good, but it's getting a bit boring here. So let's have a look. These ones, let's step up to that chord, that note. Let's try that. There we go. Nice. Now that's part one. So let's just go back a little bit. So the first thing you need to do is find a good rhythm. Now there's hundreds of different rhythms what you can have, like dun 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 dun, or do 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 do. There's so many different rhythms. Find your rhythm first, which works, and it works nice with the bass, the chords, and the kick. Second is find your top notes, like what works. Now this is the next part, which is crucial, is making this melody come alive. And usually it's a combination of just putting in the root key. So let's do this. Let's copy, this is the root key of the bass. So do, 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 or do, do, do. Easier, do, 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 do. That is the root key of the chord. Now, that's just, doesn't matter what door you're on, it's always the same. Like, just copy the process. So, let's pull these in. Okay, so now we've got the bass of the chord. And at the moment it's just, you're not going to hear anything. So let's mute the chords for now and go back onto this. And all we're going to do with these are, first let's get them the same note length. And now what we're going to do is we're going to put one of these bass notes, we're going to keep them all the same, but we're going to put one in front of each of these. So let's get the pencil and doom doom doom. Literally, so there's one in front of each of them. Now that should stay the same. Like one in front, one in front, one in front, all the same. And then exactly the same for here. So we're in G. Let's copy all of these. Put one in front. And now let's give that a play. There we go. Let's finish these off. Now, this works depending what rhythm you've got. Just do this process. Put one note in front. And if you feel like this is too high, you know, we can just move it an octave lower. There we go. Super simple. You know, there's not much to it. You don't need to go crazy with melodies. There's just a step-by-step process what you need to do. Like, melody is key to rhythm. Like, find your rhythm first, then choose your top notes which work with the vocal, or if it's an instrumental, make it work with the chords. So if I'm choosing these top notes here, I'm looking at the chords here of what I've already got, and you know, I've got numbers, a numerous amount of chords I can choose from, or notes here, and it's always going to work. And then you put your other part in. So your melody is now, it's kind of an ARP, but it's also staying pretty cool. It's not becoming an ARP. If you want an ARP, then all you need to do with this is fill in the other notes. So let's just say you've got this here. You fill in all the notes. Just becomes faster. Depends what you want to do. And then now when you layer this up, you know, you put, you know, more sounds in, more pads in, more a load more layering. It's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Never try and overcomplicate it. Like, we've done this in like 5 or 6 minutes, and the result of this is here. Boom, happy days. Well, short and sweet. I just wanted to give you a quick tip on, you know, melodies with vocals, melodies with chords, or just trying to, you know, make an exciting melody from something really simple. So, in conclusion, you know, we haven't really done nothing special here, you know, but the result is insane. So, never try and overcomplicate stuff. First look at your rhythm, then look at your notes to match with the chords or the vocal, and then make your melody more exciting by matching the bottom notes. And this will always be the root key of your chords. And also, one thing to remember, never make these here too close to the top ones. Like, for instance, let's say these ones here. Let's put these here. Doesn't sound very good compared to here. Always leave room here. Let the melody breathe. And yeah, sweet, quick and cool. Hope you digged it. Loads more tutorials to come. Some longer ones, some shorter ones, but always here to help. Check out the Academy for more, and you know, grab the MIDI packs, and there's a load of free stuff on there. And apart from that, see you soon.